It's all about game week 10. At least that's what the stats nerds always tell you. Don't look at the Premier League table until you've had 10 games. Well, it's fast approaching. It happens so fast, doesn't it, the league? So I thought, you know, I want to upload on this channel as much as possible, and when I fancy it, I want to preview match week, or should I say game week 10's results. Maybe not score lines, but win, loss, draw. I just fancied it, you know? And because it's there's a lot of stuff on the line, a lot of shifting narratives, I thought, yeah, it's a good time to do it. And maybe if you guys like it, I'll sort of do it more often. Welcome back to Football Yannick, the channel where I talk about whatever I want in the world of football. If you think you might enjoy it, why not subscribe? Because one day we're going to cross over that 20,000 subscriber line. And it's going to be a good day. There's good synergy at the moment with this channel and my main channel. It's about to be 200,000, and here it's about to be 20,000. So hopefully both achievable in not too long, in the coming weeks maybe. So we are going to jump, so thank you for liking and subscribing and hyping, whatever, all that nice stuff. Yeah, I want to just go through and comfortably and casually preview these games, starting off with Brighton Leeds. So Brighton lost, was it to Arsenal they played in the in the midweek League Cup, of course, because Palace slapped Liverpool. But Brighton are a good side. My mob Chelsea has lost to them. Hertzler's got them playing well. They're at home against Leeds. Despite all, spoiler, all the promoted sides doing pretty well, I do see Brighton getting a relatively comfortable, home win here. I wouldn't be averse to Leeds winning and doing something, but just the way I see things like panning out at the moment. And there's a bunch of 3 p.m. kickoffs Saturday, tomorrow at time of recording. That is the first one, or should I say one of them. And then we've also got Burnley at home to Arsenal. Now, what I'd give for this to be any form of context, and again, Burnley, like Leeds, like Sunderland, have done very well since getting promoted back into the Premier League. Despite it being at home, 3 p.m, not too an early kickoff, I mean, Arsenal are just irresistible at the moment. They're impossible to score against. And though Burnley have actually been a little bit more offensively, like I thought they were going to not score goals at all in the Premier League because they were built on their defence in the Championship. Now, it's going to be a comfortable Arsenal win. I would do anything for it to be otherwise. Let me nail my colours to the mast, but I've got to be realistic here. I'm thinking with my head and not my heart. So moving on to the next one. Now, this could be a bit of a ding-dong. And back in the day, you wouldn't be interested in this kind of fixture, but now it's like really intriguing. And that's Crystal Palace at home to Brentford. Now, Palace constantly slap up the likes of Liverpool this season, and they're a really good team. You know, it's really hard to get change out of Crystal Palace. They win trophies now as well. Really, really great team at home at Selhurst Park. The atmosphere will be amazing. But Brentford, me included, I thought they were going to go down purely because they'd lost the manager, Thomas Frank, which was huge. They'd lost their captain, they'd lost their goalkeeper, they'd lost their top scorer, they'd lost their main striker. But they've, they come back, they've been really good, they've been effective. I think you'd make Crystal Palace favourites, but Brentford, I think I really need to put a hat on. I'm very much rocking Scarecrow vibe today. It is Halloween. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game, but I think Palace would win. Now, El Relegato, Fulham and Wolves. Fulham at home to Wolves. Now, Fulham are a much better team than what they've been showing lately. And you know what? Wolves are a much better team than what they've been showing. In the second half in the League Cup against my mob Chelsea, they were slapping us up. So we scored 3 goals in the first half and everyone was like, game over, mate. But then they scored 3 goals in the second half and we had a player sent off. Fortunately for Chelsea, there was also a Jamie Gittins worldie in there that made the difference to make us win by 1 goal. But they looked good all of a sudden. And obviously that was at home in the cup and they had a good atmosphere. They will be away in the cottage. Could be an interesting contest. Now, the final 3 p.m. kickoff is Nottingham Forest at home at the City Ground versus in-form Ruben Amorim's Man United. This is tough. I mean, like, Forest have been poor even under Nuno coming in. Espirito Santo. Sorry, coming in. He's left. He has left. I'm thinking West Ham. My brain's getting melted. No, he's gone. It is, then it was Ange. We hardly knew you, Ange. And then, of course, it's Sean Dyche. Yeah, so actually, ooh, in my head. Yeah, cranberry zombie. Oh, this could be tough, isn't it? Because there is maybe a good, because they had a good start, and then maybe they had a bad result, but then Sean Dyche will set them up to low block and counter Man United, and Man United might not like that with the onus is on them, and they'll be at home, good atmosphere at the City Ground. This could be tough, actually. And obviously, that geezer wants to cut his hair. They need 2 more wins, 5 wins in a row. I think it's this in Tottenham. I don't know. I think they get a draw here, and maybe Man United play well, get a draw, which won't be the worst thing in the world, but the clock will be reset on Matey's haircut. That's what I think. And then Tottenham at home to my mob Chelsea. Of course, I previewed this a bit more extensively on the main channel. I think it will be tough. Just because Thomas Frank is good. They've got Romero possibly coming back, I heard. You know, they did put a strong team out midweek that they got eliminated away at Newcastle. I think Chelsea will win, but I think it'll be very close. And ultimately, if Chelsea get a draw, it won't be the end of the world. But that's what I think will happen in what will be a high-profile London derby affair. And then you got probably the most compelling game of the day, and that is the 8 p.m. evening kickoff of Liverpool at Anfield against Unai Emery's now very in form Aston Villa. Historically, Villa don't do well at Anfield, and the form historically in previous seasons of this fixture, yeah, you know, Liverpool win, but Liverpool have got, was it 4 Premier League losses in a row? I think they got 5 losses in 6 or something in all comps, maybe even more, I don't know. It's getting ridiculous now. Of course, they got eliminated last night by Crystal Palace. Last night? The night before, by Crystal Palace. And he doesn't know what to do, Slot. And Unai Emery will be like, who I think they've got 4 wins on the bounce. He'll be like, I know exactly how to set up against you, mate. You know, if he like, oh, get him behind the fullbacks, I'll be happy to concede possession at Anfield, which you will have to do anyway, but it will be like all part of the plan. I mean, I think Villa are going to win at Anfield, and the crisis will continue. And I mean, how many videos on this channel can I talk about Liverpool in crisis? Will Liverpool sack Slot? But we are at the point now where the manager who came in and won them the Premier League with no transfers really, is under pressure, under serious pressure. And he will, I think, continued to be under pressure because I think he's going to lose at home to Aston Villa, which, you know, last season would have been a really bad result. You know, with all the due respect to Villa, who are a good team under Unai Emery, but it's getting bad, man. I mean, if they win, it'll be great. I won't like it, but it'll be great for them because they'll get a massive win against good opposition to get back on the horse, and then everyone will be like, oh, they're all right, actually, and maybe they are still in the title race, and they just need to sort themselves. I mean, look, what would be great in that game for Liverpool is if Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak both score in a 2-1 win. Then everyone go, oh, there you go, it's clicked. The new 2 record signings have, like, you know, scored, and now they're back in the title race, even if they're a few points off, sort of thing. The final 3 games then, West Ham, yeah, that's where Nuno is, at home versus Newcastle. I think Newcastle are too good. They did play, I think, their first choice midweek, Newcastle. Obviously travelling down to London to play West Ham, who are yet to really see the Espirito Santo spirit. I think Newcastle win probably quite comfortably there. And then what is an absolute, probably my second most intriguing game, is Man City at home to Bournemouth. Because City fluctuate. They'll do well and then they'll have a 1-0 loss. I think they're way too heavily reliant on Erling Haaland this season, which is the most un-Pep Guardiola thing you could think of. But here we are. He is just relying on one big centre forward to not get injured and the whole team to score for him. I know they had the odd different scorer, but for a Man City Guardiola, the Man City team. It's very peculiar. Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola is a great coach. They got great players. Semenyo, some other players coming into form as well. That young guy who came in to play as striker in the absence of Evan Nilsson looks really good. I'm going to say a draw. Maybe like a good score draw, Man City and Bournemouth. I think it will be a good game. It will be a tough game for Man City, but it's one of those games, any result. And this is why the Premier League's the best league in the world, because Man City at home at the moment to Bournemouth, you could go any result. Do you know what I mean? It's not predictable. And finally on Monday, you got Sunderland versus Everton. Sunderland at home. Sunderland are really good, and they're at home. Everton have fluctuated a little bit under Moyes. I'm actually going to give it to Sunderland, and the story continues. And I hope they do it, because the more Sunderland win, the less bad Chelsea losing at home to them is, in the last minute. And yeah, I do hope the promoted sides stay up. So they're my predictions for the upcoming game week that commences tomorrow at 3 p.m. Let me know your thoughts. Remember, on this channel, I talk about all things like managerial stuff, transfers, game results, sometimes previews like this. So if you think you enjoy it, please do like and subscribe. And of course, after it's the hallowed 10th game, after this, we can properly evaluate the Premier League table, apparently, which I still think we can't, because there's still context required with, I think, looking through the lens of Chelsea, we might still be mid-table, but I don't think it will be an entire fair reflection of how we play tactically or this, that and the other, probably because we always get players sent off. But that's what they say, 10 games. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you back here soon. Peace!